Hey guys, it's Shroomz, and I haven't uploaded in a really long time. It's mainly because I feel like my creative juices have just run out a bit, and also I'm just so genuinely frustrated with Amberlynn's behavior recently. Everything she does and says is so ignorant and so infuriating. I just needed a small break. But here I am again. I thought today we could watch an older video of hers, which in my opinion is very reminiscent of what she's uploading right now. You know, it's the cycle, just repeating itself again and again. And I thought we could kind of compare her newest upload and this video right here. Yeah, pretty much.
Giving you guys some movie ideas and show ideas. And the next one I want to give you is Netflix.
I'm just gonna skip ahead a bit here. I really don't care about her next Netflix recommendations. I mean, she enjoyed Gabby Hanna's poetry book, so no.
I have to say something though. Is it normal to only go pee like 3 times a day?
Absolutely not. No.
I'm just so overwhelmed because I literally let myself get this way. Like, I can blame it on Lexapro all I want. Like, I've gotten so many messages where people are like, I took Lexapro and...
This is like classic Amberlynn. I feel like this big realization of like her hitting rock bottom, it just comes to her every now and then. It just comes to her, and I don't know when it's finally gonna hit home that this is her reality, and if she doesn't do anything to better herself, this is how it's gonna end. Like, this is the bleak fucking truth. Like, this is bad. This is genuinely bad. And of course, right now, right here, she proceeds to blame it on her Lexapro. I mean, she doesn't blatantly blame it on it, but she makes excuses along the lines of, oh, like, I've had people tell me that they gained so much weight and whatever. It is unreal.
I gained 80 pounds too, and like so many people get it, but still, like, it also was my doing. I'm just like,
Amber, you didn't gain 80 pounds. You didn't gain 80 pounds because of Lexapro. Here, I'm pretty sure she's like 600 pounds.
it's not in my blood to give up.
Give up on doing what exactly? Like, what are you doing? All you do is give up. This isn't just like a small bump in the road. It's literally your whole fucking career on YouTube. 8 years, almost a decade. And you're still talking about giving up. Like, there's no journey, there's no giving up. It's just your life. This is what it is.
So many people are like there for me, and I got a message from one of my friends saying they don't want anything bad to happen to me. I just am so upset with myself.
That is genuinely heartbreaking. BED is an absolute curse. I would never, ever wish it on anyone, and especially not her. No matter how much Amberlynn will frustrate me, I will always stay feeling bad for her. Like, even if she uses her BED as an excuse, she doesn't get help, she doesn't actively try to better herself, I will still feel bad for her, because dealing with BED, dealing with EDs in general is a lifelong battle. It just gets better over time, but you'll always be in that sphere. Like, it is constant. It is a constant battle. It is awful. And I absolutely feel bad for her, but also there has to come a time when you just do something about it, you know? You don't blame it on Lexapro, you don't blame it on, oh, it just is this way. You kind of just pick yourself up and do something about it, you know? We're like 10 years into this. 10 years and she still hasn't done anything. Like now, obviously, she's getting into Ozempic and I feel like things are getting better. But also when you look at her recent uploads, it's the cycle. It's just the cycle goes on and on and on and on. And I cannot see where this ends.
Lexapro never let me feel these emotions. And I think that's another big reason why I gained so much weight is because I never got to feel.
No, absolutely not. You can't sit there and say that your ED comes from emotional eating and then also say you can't feel emotions. I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure it doesn't work like that.
Like, especially when I first started YouTube, I was 360 pounds. And I'm 200 pounds heavier now. What? Like, I'll never, ever give up. But it's so weird, it feels like I already did.
I mean, yeah, that is scary to think about. Genuinely, that is a full person. That is pretty much two people. And you've gained it in a few years. Enough is enough, right? That's 200 pounds. You can absolutely not blame that on any medication. It's just not possible. That has to stem from something way bigger than Lexapro.
And I know there's people out there who are like 170 pounds and they watch me so they don't gain more weight. I don't blame you. I don't.
I love how Amber says here that she doesn't blame anyone for, like, essentially hate watching her. But in her newer uploads, she bashes and shames everyone and says that you're a fatphobe if you watch her. And you're not, like, a huge fan of her. It's classic.
This is the worst imprisonment in the world.
I could never in a million years picture what it's like to be stuck in a body that doesn't let me breathe, doesn't let me walk, dance. If I couldn't see the world, if I couldn't travel, if I couldn't move, my life would literally be over. She's fine with this, because if you look at her newest uploads, you can actually tell she doesn't care. This was one of her breaking points, and nothing changed. Yes, she lost like 100 pounds, but that's it. She's absolutely, completely fine with being 500 pounds.
But I think doing things that you fear every single day is important to grow as a person.
Of course it is. That is true. That is facts. And, you know, the reason why Amberlynn isn't growing as a person, besides, you know, her waistline, is because she doesn't do those things. She constantly preaches that, yes, that is what you should do. You should try to better yourself in every single way. You should do things that scare you, come out of your comfort zone, whatever. But she doesn't in reality actually do any of it. Okay, so let's take a look at her newest upload, which is kind of different, but scarily similar.
I have had a EKG and no heart attack, no heart problems, none of that. So we don't have to worry about that. I just wanted to make that very clear before I kept going, because I know that sounds very like, okay, heart attack symptoms.
I feel like she tries to shut down some commenters before they comment, you know, make things sound less severe than they actually are. Well, depends on the situation, but here she just doesn't want people to think that, you know, this injury is related to her weight. Like, she obviously wants people to think that, oh yeah, this is normal, this happens to everyone. It's not like a heart attack. That wouldn't ever happen to me because, you know, my weight has no impact on me and whatever. But that's clearly not true, as you'll see.
Ankle problems. I was so scared that it was going to be like a bed-bound situation like 2018, where I was just like months and months and months on end just in bed. And
it's funny that she says that. She's scared of being immobile. There was this comment that said, a collapsed lung usually happens when you're very inactive and especially a bigger person. So that's interesting.
My blood, my x-rays, my EKG. So just keep in mind that when I went to the ER, they said, oh, that's normal. And in my heart, I felt like they were wrong. This has happened before. When I had gallstones, they said I didn't, even though I did. Same with my uterine cancer. As a morbidly obese person, we don't get the same healthcare. Even Dr. Now, from 600 Pound Life, he's like so honest about it. He's like, people who are bigger get discriminated against.
I feel like it's really easy for doctors to brush off bigger people and just, chalk it up to being their weight when they actually have a genuine, dangerous health concern. But also, a lot of the times that health concern might be related to their weight. Now, that doesn't absolutely mean that any doctor should ignore their patient, which, if what Amberlynn's saying is true and the ER literally just neglected her, that's scary.
God, I just feel like it's never ending. I don't know. Part of my lung is collapsed. The bottom of it. And it's like, is that what's causing all this? And my doctor said if your breathing gets worse, then that could be a bad thing.
These are 100% consequences of her weight and her inactivity. 100,000%. And if she tries to even give any excuses to it being just like a coincidence or whatever, it's absolute BS. This is yet another wake-up call for Amber, and I'm scared. I'm genuinely scared that she will not take it serious, even this time. A collapsed lung, that is potentially life-threatening, especially at her size.
That's terrifying, and I just don't know what to do with that information.
What do you mean? What do you mean you don't know what to do? Start moving, start walking, exercising, eating better, healing yourself. What do you mean you don't know what to do? There's only one thing to do.
Like, what do I do with that information?
Change. For the love of God, change. So yeah, that's kind of the difference. I feel like the first video we watched, it was very much her realizing that, this is her fault. She did this to herself. And this video, I feel like she just absolutely doesn't understand that this is her health. Like, this problem will not just go away. Like, you have to work at it. You have to do something.
The only option that I want is happiness and healthy, and
you want to be happy and healthy, and yet you don't want to put in the work for it. You just say how it is, cry about it, and then continue on like you have. And that's where the two videos are extremely similar, with a 3-year difference, and she hasn't changed a bit. To close it off, I just want to say I really, really hope that Amber gets better, that this doesn't turn into something serious. I hope this is an actual wake-up call for her, that she will somehow jolt into action, although I don't believe it is the case, absolutely, but I wish her all the best. I truly, truly wish her all the best. Good night.